Hello, children. Continuing with the study of employability skills, today we do the next aspect of it, that is self-management skills. Okay, that's your unit 2. Last video, we discussed about communication skills, and in this video, we'll discuss about the self-management skills. Okay, now, as the name suggests, self-management, that's a very, very important aspect in life. Because if you know how to manage yourself well, then only you can take care of other things, right? So that is why these are the various aspects which this self-management talks about. The first being stress management. That's the key factor. Knowing yourself, self-awareness. See, you can do something, you cannot do something, you can stress yourself, stretch yourself, I'm sorry, or what are your strengths, where you might need help. All this, if you are not aware of, then you will not give your best, you will not be able to give your best. Okay, get the best output. Okay, so knowing the situation, knowing yourself, knowing the things around you is very, very important. Fine. Then self motivation. Now when you say self motivation, you obviously understand that a few good words, that yes, good, you can do it, continue, these kind of things are very encouraging, right? But sometimes if these things don't happen, or like you don't have a kind of a reward associated, then what? But that, I mean, then you don't work, right? So that should not be the case. So you should be motivated yourself that yes, I need to do this, I have to do it in this manner, this is the way I plan it, and this is the way I go about it. Okay, so self motivation. Then self regulation, setting of the goals. You cannot go in a direction where you don't know what you want to land up into. Okay, so goal setting, setting up what you want is very, very important again. And of course, time management. Once the time is gone, we are like, oh no, I could have utilized it better. This should not happen, right? So let's go one by one. The first being the stress, the very, very important thing nowadays, which kids also start complaining. I'm stressed in life. Okay. So if you are stressed, then you cannot really work. You can work only when you're calm, you are at peace, you know what you have to do, and you proceed step by step. Okay. So you really cannot work if you are stressed. It's very, very important. Okay. Now, when you talk about the skills which you should master to succeed in life, is about these: self-awareness, responsibility, time management, adaptability. These are the few skills we know that helps us in problem solving, teamwork, and overall professionalism. Okay. Now, talking about the stress, which I was saying, there are few things which leads to stress, which varies from person to person. Certain situations which make you feel stressed might not make me feel stressed. I can handle it easily. Okay. Or it could be a vice versa case too. Fine. So it is actually defined as a reaction, a mental, emotional reaction to a situation by a person. Okay. That is basically a stress. And there are few stressors, the demands, the threats are the stressors. That is what leads to stress. Okay, and the stressors might be different for different people. You cannot have common stressors for everybody as such. You have some people can handle certain situations very well, but they get stressed about a few things, and it varies from person to person. Okay, but managing whatever kind of stress you have, whether physical related, whether mental related, whether social related. That is, you always get stressed when you're in a crowd, or you always get stressed when you have to speak in public. Otherwise, you're fine. If you're working alone, you're absolutely fine. But whenever it is a meeting, whenever it is a public gathering where you have to speak, you are like bones up. Okay. So it depends from person to person. Now, there are, there's this ABC defined of stress management, where A says the adversity, the event which is defining your stress, that this is what is leading me to stress. This particular event is leading me to stress, or this kind of situation leads me to a stress. Okay, that's A. B is the belief or the way you respond to the event. You start getting headache, you start getting, uh, you know, uh, you start sweating, or you're like always, no, I can't do it. It's not possible for me. I'll definitely make a mistake. How do you respond? Okay. And C is the consequences or the actions and the outcome of the event. So ultimate, what is the outcome? Whether you're able to deal with it or not, whether you're able to handle it maybe in a different manner, and how do you come to a conclusion, to an outcome. These are the A, B, C of stress: adversity, the belief, and the consequences. Now, how do I manage my stress? Everybody has stress. Okay. How do you manage it? You start shouting, you start, throwing things at others, you start crying. Some people start crying when they are stressed. But these are not the things which should be done. Okay. What are the things which will help you manage the stress? Stress is common. Stress is not something which is uncommon. It definitely is present for everybody. Okay. Now, the 3 steps which we talk about here is, first one is that be aware that you are stressed. That yes, this situation is going to give me some kind of a sleeplessness, headache, you know. So you should know that, you should be aware that yes, I am stressed now and I need to take care of it. Okay. Obviously, you should know the reason why you're getting stressed. Until unless you know the reason of your problem, you will never be able to solve it. So once you know there is a problem, second, you should know why you have this problem. I mean, what is the reason of the problem? Why you have this problem is the wrong question, I should say. Why you are having this particular thing, the problem. Like, I'm stressed, that's the problem. Why am I stressed now? Am I stressed due to financial issues, due to exams, due to family pressure, due to the reason that I have to go and speak to 100 people? What is the reason of my stress? Okay. And then you apply the stress management methods, in which I would say that a few things which goes very common with everybody is that relax, take deep breath, focus on the work you have to do, plan it out, list it out. There's a party to be organized and you are stressed. Sit with somebody, plan out, sit with somebody whom you trust, talk to that person, plan it out, write it down, relax, you know, exercise, this exercising, sleeping, and having good sleep. These all are stress busters overall. Okay. Now you have to see which stress buster is applicable to you. Now you have to go and give a meeting. You have to, head a meeting. You can't say that I'll sleep at that time. Okay. So certain things are not applicable in a certain situation. You have to see what helps you. Maybe a 5-minute deep breathing can help you out, or talking to a friend might help you out, or singing a song might help you out, or dancing a little might help you out. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, right? So, what helps you out in that situation? You have to identify. Nobody else can do that for you. But you should know what are your stress busters. Definitely. Because having stress is not uncommon, it's not a disease, it's a common thing which happens to everybody. Okay. Even if you are a very confident person, a high profile person, still you might have stress, no problem, with small situations also. So you should be aware that yes, I think I'm stressed now. I should know the reason why am I stressed, and I should be able to take care of it. I should be able to handle it. Okay. And by handling, I mean a few things which we talk about here. Managing the time well, If you have planned out your work as per time slots and done everything, then your stress level will be less. Like exams are around the corner. You all are stressed. The teachers are stressed. Everybody is stressed because they don't know what kind of paper will be there. It's the first time. So panicking doesn't help, isn't it? What we need to do is we need to manage our time, think about it, note down things which we can do in that situation. Okay. Then, of course, exercising and breathing in fresh air, which is not there in Delhi. But anyway, early mornings, you can do so because at times what happens is stress is not a 10-minute thing. It could be you are having a stress for about a week because you have something to be done next week. You might have it for a month because you have your exams. So it's not that it's a matter of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour before the event you get stressed. It's not like that always. It might be sometimes, but it is not always like that. Okay. So a regular physical exercise, keeping yourself fit is important. Your body must have adequate amount of oxygen, adequate amount of blood, adequate amount of, I mean, all good things stuffed up. Then only you can handle things like this. The healthy diet. So you should be healthy. Healthy diet will help you. Thinking positive. If you become negative कि नहीं ये तो मुझसे होगा ही नहीं, I cannot do it, I cannot handle it. Being negative is not going to help. You have to think positively. Sleeping well at night. I think this is a point which applies to everybody nowadays due to this availability of internet and phone in our hands. We don't sleep at a proper time. We don't get up at a proper time. And we are always bothered. Okay. So take enough sleep. Maintain the timing of the sleep. Don't sleep at 3 o'clock at night and then getting up at 12 o'clock in the daytime. Right? Go for holidays. Go for meeting your friends. Laugh out. Enjoy. There are some people who are stressed and they can't enjoy also. I know somebody like that. That's why I'm telling you. Being positive and being, able to enjoy with people is also very important. We say man hi man kurte rehna, right? That doesn't really help. You have to talk it out. You have to find out ways, the way your body reacts, the way your mind reacts, the way you feel good. Okay. And of course, managing your emotions well. हर बात पे रोना, हर बात पे, getting cranky, getting to shout, that doesn't really help. You should be able to manage your emotions well. And in order to do all these things, it's very important that you feel healthy. Somebody who is in pain, somebody who is having some problem in stomach and headache, I mean, in head or somewhere in the body, I think it's very difficult for that person to manage it. If you're not feeling fresh, if you're not feeling that, yes, I have the energy to do my work, then you are already stressed, I think. You land up in that situation automatically. Okay. Second thing is here, which is that was about taking care of your stress. Second thing is about your strengths and weaknesses. Now, there are certain things you have to accept that, yes, I cannot do it. Like if I talk about myself, I have a severe motion sickness issue. So like I love going to the hills, but it's difficult for me. I know that's a weakness. So I prepare myself accordingly. I take certain medicines for that. Then I try to sleep when I am traveling to the hills. I mean, if you know, you are aware of it and you accept that problem, it's okay, right? So that is why you have to be aware that what are my weaknesses, what are my strengths, where is the situation where I can excel, and where is the situation where I know that I need help. So when you declare that, it's always easy for you to handle and for others to handle you when they know that, yes, this is a problem. Okay. So who am I? Knowing yourself, your beliefs, your background, your opinion, your likes and dislikes, your values. Be clear with all these things. Don't be like a, what do you call it? In Hindi, we say bin pende ka lota. If somebody says yes, you also say yes. If somebody says no, you also say no. Don't be like that. Have your own beliefs, your own opinion, your own likes, dislikes. It will help you. It will help others to form an opinion about you. It will help others know you better, and you yourself know better. That okay, this is what I am. I cannot change every now and then. Hmm? Certain examples of strength and weaknesses are given here. I mean, not a difficult thing, but yes, certain things they might in an MCQ question, identify a weakness point would be there. So I've just taken up some examples. Like strengths, we all understand. I will not say that I'm very good at fighting with people. That will not be a strength for a person. So that's the reason for putting these examples. Like, is I'm good at creative writing. I'm good at programming. I'm good at public speaking. I can play guitar very well. I can, I'm a good athlete. I can be a good stress buster for anybody. I can make people laugh. All these are strengths of a person. Weaknesses are again a few. I have a problem in maths. I have a problem in English. I am not somebody who can play any sports. I'm not somebody who can motivate others easily. I'm not somebody who can motivate myself easily. Okay. I get stressed very easily. Okay. So these are the weaknesses a person might have. Be aware of it. It's very important that you're aware of your strengths and weakness. Okay. You should be aware of your interests and abilities. These things are important. What are your interest areas? What you can do very well? What you are excellent at? What you can handle but not very good at? Okay. What is your proficiency in a particular thing? Be aware of it. Find these things out. If you're not still aware of it, find these things out about yourself. When you know these things, you can excel in life much, much ahead of time. Okay, rather than being lost and others will find out things for you and then you will follow. It doesn't work out pretty well at times. Okay. So we discussed about stress. We discussed about knowing yourself. And then comes the third important thing, that what might be the situation? What might be your background? One thing which always works out is self-motivation. Dunia jaye bhar mein. But if I know that I have to do it and I'm myself motivated, then nobody can stop. Right? You might see your friends, few of your friends who are always overexcited, they are always planned, they are always, they know what to do, when to do, how to do. Don't feel jealous about it. Try to incorporate those things into yourself. It will help you throughout the life, not only for the school life, throughout the life. And if you are self-motivated, you really don't need anything. You will definitely be able to handle every situation possible. You will not be swayed away by, bad comments. You'll not be, uh, what do you call it? Like, nobody can stop you. There could be setbacks, but ultimately nobody can stop. Now, I really found this concept or this particular topic important because I saw a few MCQs where there were like situations given and they asked you to identify which one is talking about self motivation. Which situation will you say that this fellow is motivated? Okay, so we should be able to identify those situations. Like here, I've given you two situations from the book itself. Neha spends all her after school hours to practice more and more sample question papers. She wants to do well in her exams so that she get admission in her dream college in city. Self-motivated. Nobody is pushing her. Nobody is, after her life to study. That way you will not get the desired output as such. We always say, पढ़ाई तभी होगी जब आप चाहोगे. टीचर के चाहने से, माँ बाप के चाहने से, फ्रेंड्स के चाहने से कुछ नहीं होगा. Until and unless you feel that yes, I want to do it, it will not work. As simple as that. Now, motivation is also of two kinds. One is internal motivation. That is, you are internally strong enough to feel the need and you do it. We do things because they make us happy, healthy, and feel good. When you perform at annual day functions and you learn something new, such as dancing, singing, you feel good. So you are self motivated that yes, I have to do it. I will do it. And you go for it. You do it out of sheer love for yourself for that particular thing. You don't look out for, rewards, right? And the other motivation is that there is something you're going to get when you do this, reward based. Okay, like I will be given some money, I will be given a particular amount of respect, like IPL winner. CSK has won the IPL series this time also. So these cricketers are definitely motivated as per the situation that yes, I'm going to get that title. I'm going to be declared as a winner. That's a reward for them, right? Today's paper is all about your JEE advanced toppers. So they worked hard, they worked towards it, they studied, they burned the midnight lamps for what? For getting that perfect score, maybe for getting that reward that yes, I've qualified the JEE advanced exams as a topper. That's a huge thing. You're being interviewed, you've been asked how have you managed it. Your photographs are being put in the newspapers. Everybody's talking about you. That's a reward. So thinking about that reward, you motivate yourself and study. Right? So pure love makes you do certain things. I love to dance. So like I am motivated to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and practice. No reward associated, but I just love to do it. And external motivation talks about there is something you are targeting. And based on that, based on the reward associated, the cash prize or the scores or whatever, based on that, you are motivated and you work. Okay. Now, what kind of qualities will self-motivated people have? Know what they want from life. So they have a target. They have a direction to work. It's very important. Focused. You'll be focused when you know what you want to achieve, right? Otherwise, you'll never be focused. You should be able to make choices of what is important, what is unimportant. Which is unimportant, chhod do. Do what is important. Of course, do with dedication, sincerity. Okay, so these are the qualities of self-motivated people. Now, if you are not self-motivated, how do you build that quality within you? That's a huge quality. I mean, if you're self-motivated, nobody else, nothing else is required. You do everything yourself. Okay, so here's a step-by-step series of how you can build up self-motivation within yourself. Obviously, it's not a matter of one day you feel very motivated and you work towards yes, karna hai, karna hai. Something happens and you're again demotivated. Some small thing happens, some failure happens and you're demotivated. It's not like that. Self-motivation have to be kept in within yourself, that feeling within yourself throughout. One failure should not stop you from thinking that you cannot do anything further. Right? So that kind of a thing. So find your strength, set up your goals, develop a plan, and stay on the path. Don't get diverted. चलो अभी थोड़ी देर के लिए खेल लेते हैं फिर देखेंगे. You know, we also do it. As an adult, I will say that I also do it at times. अभी मन नहीं कर रहा, बाद में करेंगे. चलो कल कर लेंगे. You know, we do that. But if you do so, then like you don't achieve what you're talking about. Fine. So basically, find out your strengths, your weaknesses, set up your goals. Set up a target. I want to achieve 100% in my class 10 results. Set up a goal. Then plan it out. Make a timetable. Make a plan that how do I go about it. And stick to it. You have made a beautiful timetable. Stick on to your study desk. Everything there. But if you don't follow it, then what's the point? एक दिन follow किया, 4 दिन follow नहीं किया, no point. Right? So all these, if you do in a step-by-step manner, stay dedicated, stay focused. सब कुछ छोड़ दो, only focus on that. And obviously you achieve. Right? Now, when you talk about goals, we have been referring to this term goal. Set up your goal. Right? And it's not like currently, maybe your goal, the most important goal is your scores of class 10th. Okay. But you might have bigger goals in life. You might have small goals in life, daily goals, hourly goals. That is what you want to achieve. And that achievement could be an hour basis, day basis, month basis, year basis, life basis, 6 monthly basis, targets, goals. What do you want to achieve? Right? So it's all about finding and listing your goals and then planning how to achieve it. Writing out, yes, I want all these things. But you have to plan for it. No? I want to save 1 lakh by the end of the year. But you don't do anything for it. You don't plan anything for it to assess it. So achieving something needs that you know what you want to achieve and you have a plan for it, which you have to follow to achieve that. Correct? So that's all about goal setting. And when you talk about setting of goals, there's a SMART method for that. And that SMART method talks about these 4 things. Be specific to your goal. Like general goal nahi banate kabhi bhi. Okay, be specific what you are talking about. Because if your goal is general, not defined, then you yourself don't know what you're talking about achieving. Right? So it should be very specific. It should be measurable. Anything you're talking about achieving, it should be measurable, as simple as that. If I'm not able to measure it, how do you know whether you achieved that goal or not? Right? So it should be measurable. It should not be out of your bounds. Like if I say tomorrow I want to go and, put my country's flag on Himalayas. For me, with my, condition of my knee and all, I don't think it's an achievable goal. It's good to dream of something, but there are certain things which has to be achievable also, no? So that's why you should know your weakness, your strengths, and accordingly set your goals. बहुत impossible चीज भी मुश्किल है at times. You might set for it. You might think that no, this time I'll definitely try doing it. There is no harm in that. But at times, setting up unachievable goals for yourself in life leads to frustration, leads to demotivation at the end when you're not able to achieve it, or at times leads people to even do suicides, because they're not able to handle that failure then. Okay, so keeping targets, keeping goals is important. Planning for it is important. Trying to achieve it is very good. But your goal should be, I think, in a defined purview. That is, okay, this is achievable for me. This is feasible for me. I cannot do something else. I mean, I cannot achieve that much. Now, somebody who's targeting 100% marks in 10th boards, it's not something unachievable. People have been achieving it in class 12th also, in class 10th also. But you have to see how your study pattern is, how much you can sustain, how much you can do, what is your environment permitting. Everything you have to see to set up a goal. You can't really go about saying that nahi, mujhe to karna hi karna hai, and then you land up depressed when you're not able to do it. No, that should not be the case. Okay, so make achievable targets. Don't make something impossible. Completely impossible. Though we say there's no word as impossible in the dictionary, there should not be. Okay, but still, everything and every way is not possible, right? And of course, make time bound things that abhi ek ghante mein I want to do this. By this day end, I want to do this. Finish up all this. Okay, making a goal and not setting up how much time you're giving it to it. Again, is of no use. If I want to read this chapter, fine. I took 1 month to do it. It loses its essence. Exam to ho gaya 15 din mein. What is the point? Right? So smart goals setting rule needs to be remembered. Specific, measurable, achievable, time bound. Specific, measurable, achievable, time bound. Okay? SMART is the acronym for it. Now, I have my goals set. I am motivated to do well and everything. I've taken care of my stress busting also. But एक बार टीवी देखने बैठ गए तो बैठ ही गए, एक बार गेम खेलने बैठने तो बैठ ही गए, है ना? So you don't know how to manage your time. Then you cannot achieve the goals you've set. So time management is also a very, very important factor when you talk about achieving things in life. Okay. So time management is a thinking skill. I have highlighted this point because I found this thing to be very, very interesting. And we say, no, it's all in the mind. Again, I am giving contradictory statements myself. And if I'm saying everything is in the mind, then I should be not talking about unachievable goals. Then everything is achievable. Okay, yes, it is, but still, I think that there has to be a limit to achievements too, because I have my own limitations. I cannot really get over it. Now, like this, motion sickness thing, I'm not able to get through it. Tried a lot, but I'm not able to. I have it, I have that problem, you know. So that is why when you talk about time management, it is a skill which you are talking about your mind setup. Because it will help you complete tasks on time, make a timetable and follow it, then do everything on time, submit your assignment, submit your homework, no waste time. You should be able to guess through well how much time you need to do this work. That becomes a skill. Sometimes we keep unachievable time bounds also. I need an hour to complete this. And I say, मैं तो इसको 5 minutes में करूँगा. That's illogical. If it needs an hour, it needs an hour. You have to give him 1 hour. Okay, that's why it is a skill. It's a thinking skill. It needs intelligence also to make a proper timetable, which is followable, which is achievable. Okay. Now, how exactly you can do effective time management? These are a few points. You have to be organized. That's very, very important. Plan your activities, make a timetable, keep your desk area clean. If it's not cleaned, your mind is also jumbled up. Okay. Organize your things very well. Your book area, shelf. Put your school books at one place, notebooks at one place, extra practice copies at one place so that you don't have to search and waste time. Okay. Put your stationery at one place, extra pencils, extra pens, everything organized. Organizing is very important. Otherwise, you waste time searching only half of the time. Okay. Second, make a to-do list and prioritize the things which are more important to be done now, or submissions are due. Now, jiska submission is 30th November, you will not try to do it now. Maybe you will try to focus on things which are to be submitted by 30th October. Right? So prioritize your things. What is more important as of now? Rank them as per 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do it. Okay. having a control over your activities and time is very, very important. Like, okay, I need a break, I need a stress buster, which is my playing game or watching Facebook or watching YouTube videos and something. Okay, but limit yourself. Make it time bound. Half an hour, 20 minutes. A break of 20 minutes every 4 hours I need. Do that. You need a break. There is no harm in it. Okay? But have control over things. Don't go overboard doing that. Break time ही चला गया 4 घंटे. Then you will not be able to achieve what you planned for the day. Simple. Okay? By the end of the day, track. Keep a track of what all did you do, where all you wasted your time, how much you have to rectify the timetable. This was achievable, this was unachievable, this was impossible to do, but I wrote it. Make updations, which will help you track your time wasting periods, time wasting activities. So always, they say, our elders say, while you go to sleep, think what you did the whole day, what you should not have done, what did you do, what in which aspect you should have devoted more time. All those should be thought over once before you go to sleep. That will help you sleep better also. Okay, so these are the various things you need to do in order to have an effective time management. Okay, so all this comes up with your self management. What are the 4 aspects we talked about? We discussed. I need to have my, what is it? Come on, I hope you're able to speak it out. Stress, taking care of your stress. If you're stressed all the time, you cannot really do what you want to do. It's important that you identify your stressors and take care of it. Second, self-knowledge. Define your strengths and weaknesses. Concentrate on the strengths. Leave your weaknesses aside. For certain weaknesses, you feel that I should work upon it, work upon it. Okay? Third, self-motivation. Hamesha, somebody after your life and then you do the work. No use. Self-motivation. Right? Then is your setting up of goals. Very important. You can achieve something only when you have set up a goal, an objective for that. And the last one is, of course, time management. Okay? Everything set, everything planned, everything done. But then you don't know managing your time for each and every task to achieve that goal. You will never be able to achieve it. Okay? So these are the aspects which we need to understand thoroughly for the self-management. Right? In the next video, I'll cover up the next aspect, which talks about the ICT skills. Right? Followed by questions. So another video I plan to make based on certain important questions which you should go through so that you know that, okay, this is how I need to prepare. Okay? Okay then. See you. Bye-bye.